We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. Come to the light.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here with us, and I would like to welcome you all to another episode of Yapping with the Youth. And I am your host, Chef Polo. And tonight is a very special episode because I'm doing the first multi-person interview tonight on the podcast. So I've got multiple people right now that I'm interviewing tonight. From multiple locations too, so this will be an interesting experiment, and hopefully everything goes well with us. So before we get into the interview with these three young leaders, I would like to give a shout out first to our production company, Voices and Views Production LLC, and to our producer, Ms. Zandra Bright, for making all of this possible. Alrighty, so let's hop right into tonight's episode. As I said earlier, this is the first time that I'm doing a multi-guest interview. And these three youngsters are on the verge for greatness. I can see it in all three of them already. They are part of the youth leadership from the newly chaptered Freeport Leos Club, and their names are Connor, Cassie, and Gina. But I'll let them give you a little bit more about themselves, so that way we can all begin to learn a little bit about you, youngsters. All right, we're gonna start with Cassie.
Hi, I'm Cassie. I do social media for the Leos, so I update the public on our Facebook, Instagram, sometimes our TikTok on what we're planning to do to help the community when we have meetings, and I also post about Lions and to help boost their community too.
What school and grade you at, Cassie?
I go to Freeport Middle School and I'm going into 8th grade.
Got you, Connor.
I am going on my senior year of high school at Freeport High. My official title with the Freeport Leos is director, so I'm just there to make sure things run smoothly.
Okay, and Gina.
I'm the Leo's president in the 11th grade.
Got you. Alrighty, so as I mentioned, Freeport Leos. A lot of people are not familiar with the Freeport Leos or what the organization is about. Could one of you give me a little bit more information about the Freeport Leos Club?
The Freeport Leos Club is a youth division of the Freeport Lions Club, which there are chapters all over America and the world of Lions International, and they are a service group. I know specifically here in Freeport, our Lions Club focuses a lot on helping people in need who have hearing impairments or vision impairments, trying to get that so they can just go on with their everyday life without being held back by that.
Mm-hmm. So, the Freeport Lions Club, they have existed for how long? Do you believe, as an organization?
The Freeport chapter specifically is celebrating their 90th anniversary this year. I'm not real sure how long Lions has been around exactly, but I know they've been around for a very long time.
Got you. So, with that being said, how long has the Freeport Leos Club existed?
I think we're going on year, 2 years almost.
And as far as the Freeport chapter,
The Freeport chapter specifically, we are going on a year or 2 years. Leo's, I'm not positive how long it's been going on specifically. But we've been trying to get the Freeport chapter together for about a year or 2 years.
got you. So, you guys have a special event that's coming up as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? And it's kind of significant to the Freeport chapter specifically. Could you give me a little bit of information about that?
Coming up, we have our charter event. Let me have it in a note here somewhere. That event is just to officially charter our club, and what that means is it's getting recognized officially by Lions International that we are officially a service club.
So, with all the hard work and dedication that you guys put in to get to this point, how does that make you feel? How big of an accomplishment is this for you guys as a chapter?
It feels really nice. Me personally, my mom is a member of the Freeport Lions and is the current Lions president, and I know she's been trying really hard for a long time to get a youth division going one way or another, and so I know she's real happy to see that it's actually taking off. And I know, me personally, it's really good to see that it's going the way that it is, and that so many people actually care about helping community, like so much youth actually cares and wants to help.
How many members do you guys have currently in your chapter?
Currently we have 14 members.
You have 14 members?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what are the age limits for being a part of to be considered a Leo or a youth Leo?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it is 12 to 18.
12 to 18?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Kind of like middle school, high school age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many I guess leadership roles are there for your chapter?
There is leadership roles specifically. It's what I consider standard leadership roles for most clubs and or service clubs. It's our president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and we have directors too.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the main leadership roles that we have.
And are they elected roles like standard during standard business, standard organization operations?
Yeah, they are elected. The way we did it is we send out a poll seeing who would be interested in what roles, and then once the names were put in for who was interested in doing what, their names were put on a ballot, and we all voted for the officers we have now.
Okay, so this organization that you all are a part of are basically preparing you for future civil and moral duties and moral roles that you may have or take place in the future, right, as you get older.
Correct.
Those are normal like voting procedures and operations that I've have taken place in certain roles, especially like student council or student government association roles like that. So this organization is kind of preparing young people like yourselves for future I guess adult like situations, so to speak. How important do you feel being in these type of organizations and learning the Robert's order of rules of order and voting procedures and just being a part of a formal organization? How important do you feel it is in the development of kids your age?
I personally feel it's extremely important because as you get older, you get more involved with stuff that goes on not only in your local community, but also like state-wise and country-wise. I know that a lot of the stuff we're learning now with electing and voting on stuff happens at like the state national level with things like bills and laws. And this shows that we actually get a say in what happens.
So once you guys are chartered as a chapter and recognized as an official chapter, by the Leos and the Lions Club, what are some of the goals that you guys have in mind as an organization and individually as well, like individual goals that you have for the organization and also as a group?
I know that we have been talking about service projects that we want to do. Over the last couple months, we've been talking about what we could do in the future. And once we get chartered, it would be a lot easier to do because we would have the support from other Lions clubs and things in the area to do things like clothing drives, food drives, shoe drives, stuff like that, just to get stuff for people that are in need.
You have any personal goals that you want to involve yourself in? Like each one of you, I would like an answer from each one of you on this one. What is something that you want to help the organization achieve during your time with being a part of the club?
My big goal was making sure that the organization actually got to the point where it is now, where we're actually officially getting chartered. That was my goal from the start, is to get it officially recognized and be a part of it while it was.
Mm-hmm.
My goal was for this club once we get chartered to make it so that people in need get the stuff that they need and kids in need get it too.
Gina, did you have a specific goal for your individual goal that you wanted to help achieve during your time with the organization?
My goal has always been to like just better the community as much as I can and like to see an impact that we're really helping the community.
Is there any specific like community service or a cause or an issue that's going on in the community that you guys have in mind that you do plan on I guess trying to address, such as like food insecurity or like homelessness or something that goes on in the community of like violence, domestic violence, against children, that type of thing? Is there a specific goal or cause that you guys do plan on, spearheading as a project?
I know we've been talking about for a long time food drives specifically because we know how bad it is out there with not everybody has the ability to get food, and there's a lot of people that need it that don't have the ability to get it. Mm-hmm. So I know we've been wanting to do food drives. And I also know from the start we've been trying to figure out things that the youth in the community can do instead of just sitting around or getting involved with the wrong things. It just gives kids something to do to keep themselves entertained and to meet new people and possibly help with other issues, like you said, food insecurity. I know that's a huge one around here. Do a lot of food drives. I've done a lot at school, so.
Mm-hmm. What do you believe is I guess the biggest, I guess, thing in the way of you guys of getting a charter, and also just basically forming an organization? What was kind of like the biggest, thing in the way, the biggest, hardest thing for you guys to overcome?
The hardest thing for us to overcome, I think, would be when we first started the process of trying to get the club. We had a minimum amount of people that we had to have in the club so that it could be chartered and officially recognized. And we were really struggling with getting the word out there and getting people that were willing to do it. And as we kept getting people in, something would come up in somebody else's life, so they would have to step away. So as we would build, we'd 2 step forwards, 3 steps back a lot of the time, and that was a huge problem we had. But I know all of a sudden one day I woke up and Mom was like, "We have a bunch of applications of kids in the area that want to help out."
What do you think is kind of one of the biggest factors to kids wanting to be involved in organizations like the ones like Leo's Club or any other civil organization that involves community service or social service?
I know I've heard a lot of people talking about, and especially a lot more recently with the rise of social media and stuff like that, people have seen how bad stuff is on the other side of the screen, and they're realizing that it's not just across the world, there's also problems back at home, and they want to make a difference. They want to help somebody get food who isn't able to, or give somebody clothing so that they can stay warm in the winter, or help somebody find shelter if needed.
So I'm going to ask some individual questions, but we're going to get to that after this quick commercial break from our sponsors and a few announcements of some upcoming local events. I'll be right back with you here. We're yapping with the youth.
Voices and Views Productions is officially sponsored by Zan's Celebration Popcorn. Handcrafted with love in small batches, every single bag is a celebration. We now feature 11 delicious, sweet, and crunchy flavors, including our newest additions, pink cream and pink lemonade. Try them today with our $1 sample bags. To order, call or text us at 815-275-5468 or pay with ease on Cash App at #ZandraBright1.
All right. Back on Yapping with the Youth with Connor, Cassie, and Gina, who are leadership team from Freeport's new local youth organization called the Freeport Leo's Club. And they have aspirations of doing some great things in the community. But before we get back to the conversation with them, I got a few announcements for some upcoming events here in Freeport. August 6th at the Freeport High School, 701 West Mosley, Freeport, Illinois. From 5 to 7 p.m., they're doing a drive-through backpack giveaway. So all you got to do is pull up with your kids, get your backpack full of your school supplies, and make sure that those kids get what they need for back to school. It's upon us already. The summer flew by. I didn't even know it flew by so fast. That is crazy. But this event is sponsored by the United Way of Northwest Illinois. August 6th, 5 to 7 p.m. Freeport High School. Get those supplies. another backpack event August 9th. So if you can't make it to the Freeport High School backpack giveaway, make sure you make it to this one. Hope Win second annual backpack bash. This event is on August 9th, Sunday, August 9th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And that is for registered MAC camp attendees. So if your kid is in MAC camp from 10 to 11, you can get VIP entrance first to get your kid's backpack. And then from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., it is open to the general public. And this event is being held at, give me 1 second here, the Jane Addams Community Center in Cedarville. That is 430 West Washington Street, Cedarville, Illinois. Again, that address is 430 West Washington Street, Cedarville, Illinois. And the date again is on Sunday, August 9th from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. for MAC camp attendees, and then from 11 a.m. to 1 for the general public. And then August 15th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Crate Park is holding a Crate Park art walk at Crate Park on August 15th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And this, what to expect, it is a day filled with creativity and inspiration and artisan marketplace to foster connections between artists and those who value handmade treasures. This one-day art fair attracts thousands of visitors and features artists, live music, and a variety of regional food vendors. So if you're an artist interested in the arts or that type of thing, that will be an event for you. Again, that's August 15th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Crate Park here in Freeport, Illinois, at the magnificent Crate Park. But all right, back to our guest tonight, Connor, Cassie, and Gina. I appreciate you for being here with me. You could have been doing anything else this evening, but you wanted to be here with me, and I really appreciate that. So as I said before the break, I was going to ask some individual questions. I'm going to start with Cassie. It's going to all be the same questions, though. What inspired you to get involved in community service and civil service?
I guess one day I really took a look at the world and I saw what was happening in my local city and I wanted to find some way for me to help. So this club got started and I asked to join.
And do you believe by joining this organization that you could develop or learn some different leadership skills and different, I guess, technical skills as well from being a part of an organization to help you, foster, your goals to get to where you want to, what you want to see the change in the world?
Yeah, I think it's helped me learn a lot. I've learned there's more to social media than just posting pictures. And I've learned about leadership roles and better ways to help our community.
So do you believe being a part of this organization will, I guess, inspire you to continue to be a part of organizations or to pursue leadership roles or leadership, development related organizations as such?
Yeah, I believe so that this has inspired me to keep helping the community. And I hope that once I get to legal age, I will be able to join the Lions and help there.
There you go. Connor, what inspired you? What inspired you to join the club?
Kind of similar to Cassie, and kind of similar to what I said earlier about social media getting bigger and bigger, and seeing stuff all over the place. Growing up, I have had a lot of friends who, when I was younger, I didn't understand it, but as I got older, I did, who weren't always able to be as fortunate as some of the other people around them. I've had friends and close friends and family members who have gone without food for a long period of time because they just weren't able to afford it. And I've always been the kind of person to, if I see somebody needing something like that or needing help in general, I would reach out and help in any way that I could. Even if I couldn't help financially or physically, I'd offer advice and stuff like that. And I just want to like put myself out there and help more than just my circle. I want to help other people who are struggling with similar things.
Got you. Gina, what inspired you?
Similar answer to Cassie and Connor. I've obviously seen that there's a lot of need in the community and like just the local area, and I'm fortunate enough to like be able to help them and provide support and volunteering to support people in need and help them get what they need.
What do you believe that you guys can do to attract, or I guess not more or less attract, but inspire kids or people like people your age to be more involved, or get them to do more service and community service?
We get people more involved by like showing like the benefits of like helping out and like trying to show that it is like really nice to help out and it's like really rewarding. Um, and social media is a big part of it. A lot of kids are on social media nowadays, and it's a really nice way to reach out and show others what we do and how they can join it.
Have either of you three ever been in a situation where you were, I guess, picked on, laughed at, or made fun of because you were picking up trash or doing something related to community service that none of them would ever think to do?
Uh, there was a couple times. It wasn't like very obvious, but I've had people kind of make jabs like that and just kind of making fun of it in a way. And then later on, they came across somebody that was struggling or a situation that needed their help, and they understood after all. And but there's definitely been a few times that's happened. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead.
When I was in elementary school, I had this one girl. Her backpack was really torn up and she was getting made fun of for it. But I knew her and her family were having some issues with money. So I had an old backpack and that I didn't use and I didn't like it. So I gave it to her one day at school and I had some kids like, "Oh, you're feeling so bad for this kid. You're giving her this and that." But once we got to the grade we are now, we all finally got to understand that not everybody can have name brand and everything that everybody else has.
So, and that sucks, right? Being the person that's helping somebody and being made fun of, or helping the community, or helping the earth by picking up litter, or giving somebody something that can help them. And it's crazy that that type of bullying exists over that type of thing by being helpful and being a generous person. So and I can tell that you three have your head on right, and your parents raised you correctly to be that kid that is the outgoing one, and to look out for the next one, and know how bullying exists and know how to overcome it. So, and I want to thank you three for having that type of attitude and growing up and looking out for the other ones. So because I was that kid too growing up, I would look out for the next kid that was getting bullied or picked on. So what are some interests? I guess I'm gonna get into some education now, I guess, because you know we haven't really talked too much about what you guys like in school, and I guess what your future goals are as far as like education and work. What is your dream school, and what do you want to study in college? And what is your dream job? Cassie, we can start with Cassie. This might
Right
change.
now,
You're still young, so the answer might change. But what do you want to study in college, and what college would you like to go to?
right now, I want to go to Whitewater, but like Wisconsin Whitewater, I don't know if they offer for me to major in teaching, but I want to go into teaching and get my teaching degree so I can teach younger kids and hope that they grow up to be like us, I guess.
Yeah,
And yeah.
Connor. I know your answer is going to be something to music or computers. One of the two.
In a way, I've been I've been all over the place with what I've wanted to do for a few years now. But once I got into high school, a friend of mine dragged me in, not exactly dragged me, but said, "Hey, you should come to the theater one day and do some theater tech with us. We're building sets for the musical."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I'll come. And ever since then, I have lived in a theater and wouldn't want it any other way. So I think what I want to do after high school is get a tech theater degree and either go back to a theater and do everything that I do now or go to somewhere. I recently learned that places like the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago have somebody with a tech theater degree on the clock all the time to run the fancy lighting systems and projection systems that they have there, all the sound and everything. That's run by somebody who gets an education doing what I've been doing for a few years. And I've always thought that kind of stuff was really cool. So
Yeah, that don't sound like too bad of a gig. Cassie, did you plan on with your teaching degree? Did you plan on coming back to Freeport and teaching in your community, or did you want to live somewhere else?
Um, I was planning on moving to Atlanta, but I don't really want to leave my hometown because I know what it's got for kids here.
Uh, so you want to
Um,
come back and make a difference?
yeah, I
Yeah.
plan on, if I stick with getting my teaching degree, I plan on either teaching regular classes or teaching a music class. But my one thing that I'm certain on, I do want to come into coaching for dance.
There you go. Gina, what's your what would you thinking for college and education and for occupation?
Well, this fall I'm attending Highland through college now, and I'm majoring in psychology.
Okay.
I'm not sure where I want to go after that, but my dream job would eventually be a psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm. Do you plan on coming back to Freeport or living elsewhere?
I want to stay pretty nearby, yeah.
Yeah, not too far from family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is some of y'all's least favorite classes in high school? I mean, I mentioned two. You guys mentioned that you're in high school too, Connor and Gina. But start with Cassie. What's your least favorite? What school? What classroom you absolutely not feeling right now?
Um, it kind of changed throughout the year. At first, I wasn't really feeling math, but I got throughout the year and I started understanding stuff, and I don't really like science that much.
So he switched to science. Ain't science, ain't it? Connor.
um, throughout my high school career, my views on what classes I didn't exactly like and what classes I really liked have changed a lot. This past year, I don't think I really had any class in particular that I didn't really like. I know I wasn't the biggest fan of my English. I used to love reading, but as I got older, I couldn't as much as I used to. So it was a little hard for me to just go in and read for an hour and a half a day. And I know this is kind of a hot take, but I've always been good at math, but not really liked it. But this year I had an amazing teacher and the course was awesome. So I actually really enjoyed my math class this year. That was probably one of my favorites.
So you weren't really feeling English last year. Gina, what class is just absolutely not it for you?
I don't really like history. I've
What?
never really cared for my history classes.
What?
I don't
Uh,
like hate it. It's just like out of all of them, it's my least favorite.
History is my jam. I love me some good history. I literally watch the History Channel at night on Pluto TV when I lay down. I watch before I go to sleep. That's when I watch the History Channel all day for sure.
I,
Y'all got while we on the subjects in classes, name a teacher that is like the absolute bomb.com. Like this is your absolute favorite teacher. He or she is the GOAT. Cassie, you got a teacher right now that's like you really loving them like all the way to the
I think
I know we got them teachers that's like, you know what, when I go to their class, I know it's gonna be a good day.
I think my math teacher.
Or actually, give me a second. It doesn't even have to be a teacher. It could be like a advisor or you know, an adult figure that you see at school or you know, at an extracurricular activity. You know that has been a very good role model to you. I'll say it like that.
Well, now that changes perspective. I'd
Coach,
say,
yeah, coach.
yeah, my old dance coach.
Who's that? You gotta say their name. You can't just say they my old dance, but I want to know who it is so you can give them a shout out because they probably still watch this at some point in the recording of it. So
Samantha Warner.
Samantha Warner, give her a shout out.
I don't know.
Say shout out Samantha Warner. You know, is like the greatest dance coach of all time. You know,
Shout out,
pump her up,
shout
hype
out to
me up,
Samantha Warner. She's
hype,
a great coach.
hype her up.
She's
Kind of since your sister being shy, I know you finna.
I don't have any like specific teachers that I'm like, oh, this one is like my favorite. I do have a group of teachers that I just absolutely love.
It can be more than one. Shout them out.
Yeah,
more than one.
Like I said, my math teacher, Miss Brobst at the high school, if she's still teaching there when anybody else gets there, I highly recommend taking trigonometry. It sounds terrible, but having a class with her, I went into it and I absolutely hated trig. I did it for a semester my freshman year, and I said, I'm never using this ever in my life, and I think this is like the stupidest course I could ever take. And then when I signed up for courses my sophomore year, I signed up for super basic math because I'm like, I don't feel like doing math. And when I went and picked up my schedule beginning of junior year, I saw that my counselor swapped it to trigonometry. And at first I was really mad and I was like, no, I'll just give it a chance. And after about a day and a half, I was like, I would take this class over and over again. I also, I love history too. That's something I've always loved. I took AP US history this year with Mr. Galley at the high school.
Oh, you had Coach Galley. Shout out to Coach Galley. I had him for a basketball coach.
He was amazing. I was kind of nervous for my AP exam, and I was like, I know I'm gonna forget everything the second I get into that exam room. I'm gonna forget everything I've learned all year. But somehow his teaching style made me remember everything, and I scored phenomenally on the test. I got a 4 on it, which to most people not knowing what the score range is for AP, that probably sounds horrible. But that's a phenomenal score. So Galley and Bropes were
It's
amazing.
like a best, isn't it? Isn't it like a scale of 5?
It's on
like
a scale of 5. Yeah, 5 is a perfect score. So
yeah.
Galley, I definitely credit Galley to how good I did on that test. If it weren't for him and all of the, as he called them, Mickey Mouse notes that he did towards the end of the year, which were just fill in the blank notes and stuff like that. Stuff he would do to just make it so we understood it and it was easier to take in. If it weren't for all of that, I definitely would have bombed that test.
So shout out to what you said, Miss Probst and Mr. Galley.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Probst and Mr. Galley. Made junior year bearable. So
there you go. And Gina, you got a teacher, advisor, coach, anybody that makes your school life easier or life in general easier?
My teacher was Miss Patterson, and she's also my cheer coach. So she's my teacher and my coach, and just a great teacher. Her classes are really interesting, and she really made the class like interactive and like made it easy to enjoy. And she's a great coach. She's really motivating and uplifting.
And what was her name again?
Boy, is that?
What'd you say?
What was their name again? The teachers? I didn't catch the name.
Naisha Patterson.
Patterson. All right. Shout out Miss
Yeah.
Patterson. Yeah, and I guess I'll shout out my teacher too, since I asked y'all my favorite teacher. I guess it'll be a handful of teachers: Miss Baker, Mr. Cunningham, Mr. Shire, and Miss Birchtoll, who are the goats. Miss Birchtoll, we got straight love for you, girl. She battling cancer right now. I want to send nothing but love and prayers to you right now, because you was the GOAT. Oh, I'm sorry. We over here. We got some questions in our chat box. I forgot all about that. We got some comments actually. See here, we got Stephanie God's Child from Real Life Topics Podcast. Hey, how you doing, Steph? Thanks for the support. Then who else we got over here? Operation Love said that they can help with your food drive if you're thinking about doing a food drive. When we were talking about that earlier. And what else we got over here? Oh yeah, we got the Leo's Club over here having a conversation. So yeah, they talking about doing some collaboration. So it looks like we got some collaboration going on over here in the comment section. So whenever you got a chance to, get together a food drive or some type of fundraiser, we can definitely link up. Let's see here. Your mom pops on too. What she say? Connor said, Galley, you will have to let them know. And then Sam Davis, you got love too. There we go. But yeah, it looks like we got some love going on over here in the comments, some collaborations going on over here too. So since we got a quick second, I'm gonna do one more quick little commercial break and come back with a couple more announcements before we finish off our last 15 minutes of the interview. All righty.
Voices and Views Productions is officially sponsored by Zan's Celebration Popcorn. Handcrafted with love in small batches, every single bag is a celebration. We now feature 11 delicious, sweet, and crunchy flavors, including our newest additions, pink cream and pink lemonade. Try them today with our $1 sample bags. To order, call or text us at 815-275-5468 or pay with ease on Cash App at hashtag ZandraBright1.
All righty. Thank you all for being here again on this sixth, I believe it's the 6th episode of Yapping with the Youth. and my first multi-guest interview. So got a couple more announcements here for some local events coming up here in Freeport. This one is for our seniors 65 and up on August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library, which is located at 100 East Douglas Street here in Freeport, Illinois. They will be having a Golden Days picnic and bingo, which is a fun day of food, friends, and prizes. Seating is limited, so please call to reserve your seat by texting or calling Operation Love at 815-275-5468. Again, that number is 815-275-5468. Seating is limited, so make sure that you get your place reserved. And again, that time is from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on August 22nd at the Freeport Library. And last but certainly not least, on August 28th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., we are doing our annual Paint the Port event, where downtown will turn into a huge canvas for all of you art lovers and artists to come out and do what you love. Grab your paintbrush, grab you a square, and head downtown and team up with everybody else around the area so we can paint the port. Again, that is on Friday, August 28th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. All righty, back to our lovely youthful leaders. I'm very, very excited to see what you guys get accomplish in the future, because like you said, this is the first or second year of this Freeport Leo's chartered club. Could you give us a little bit more information about the event? You said it is on August 9th, your chartered event, right?
Correct.
It's August 9th from, I believe it's from 1 to 5 p.m.
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, right away at 1, it's for Leo's Club only and family. It's 1 to 2. It's Leo's Club only, and then I believe after that it is open to the public.
That's when do they do like the ceremony and everything to get you guys, to make you guys an official charter organization? Is there like a presentation of some sort, or like a certificate, or like something like that?
I'm not sure. I've never attended a charter event for any Lions organizations, so it looks like the Leo's Club just commented. They said the event is open to the public starting at 2 and the ceremony starts at 2:30. I'm not sure what the ceremony will look like. I know that I'm not positive, but I've heard that members of the district Lions Club will be there, and I thought I heard something about someone from International was coming. I'm not positive on that.
So what does someone have to do to become a member of the Leo's Club? Who do they get in contact with, or what is the process itself of becoming a Leo's member?
So for them to become a member, they can get in contact with, if they're friends with anybody that is in the Leo's Club, they can text or get a hold of one of them and just ask, hey, I'd like to join the club. What do I have to do? And the answer to that would be, once you get a hold of somebody involved with the club or a Lions member, you would ask for and fill out an application, which is just asking you about yourself and why you think you would be good for Leo's. After the application's filled out, there's an interview process with I don't know what the term is, like officers of the club and club advisors, which are Lions members. After the interview, a decision will be made of if you can join the club or not.
Mm-hmm. And how long does that process usually take from application process to, I guess, finding out if you're a member or not?
It shouldn't take too terribly long. I'm trying to think back to when I applied. I think at max for some of our members it took maybe a week.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just because we were all busy with other things that got in the way of us being able to look at the application fully.
Got you. So once you're I guess once you age out of the Leo's Club, are you able to then become a member of the Lions Club? Does that automatically qualify you as a member of the Lions Club once you reach 18, or do you have to go through the whole process again to become a member of the Lions Club itself?
I believe you fill out an application for the Lions Club because they have different guidelines than us Leos do.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe you go through an application with their membership chair, and then the club will talk about it and vote on you.
Got you.
But I do know being a part of Leo's will help.
Be a membership.
Yeah, it'll help in your favor. It'll help sway the vote in your favor. Like if they see that you've been participating with the Leos and like you've been actively participating or you were just a member, it'll help them make a decision about joining.
So how often do you guys meet? I'm asking questions for potential members that are going to be watching or that are watching right now. How you guys meet? How often? How frequently?
I think twice a month.
Mm-hmm. And the meetings usually last about how long?
An hour, 2 hours maybe.
Got you.
2 hours is on the really, if we have a lot on the agenda and we're not going through it super fast, it's usually averaging about an hour.
Got you. And at the meetings, you guys usually just talk about upcoming events and business plans and fundraiser ideas and stuff like that, correct? So like normal organizational information and meeting things.
Yeah. I usually or our advisors post on our Facebook and sometimes our Instagram when we have meetings, and people can text us, and if they want to come view the meeting, I believe we will give them a meeting ID and they can come in and view the meeting to see if they want to become a member. And yeah.
So it's kind of like gives you like a pre idea, I guess, a precursor to if it's like an organization you want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Got you. So I'm going to ask each one of you to give me a spiel if to get someone that's your age to join. What would you say?
Oh, okay. I'd say we help the community a lot. We definitely use teamwork to help the community. We help each other. And if you become a Leo, it teaches you important skills you need to know for life. And it's a fun experience. We do have some fun in our meetings, and we actively, I know this year we participated in 2 parades or just one.
I can't remember.
I think we participated in the Tutty Fest parade, and we handed out like applications or pamphlets with our Facebook and our advisors' numbers on it, so that kids can join. I know the car show this year, we posted about it, and we we had our own booth for applications. So when we do stuff like that, it includes Leos to ask their friends, communicate with the community, and yeah.
Connor, why should someone join the Leos, Freeport Leos?
If I were trying to get somebody to join the Leos, you never know when a situation like not being able to get food or not being able to get clothing or anything or struggling could happen to you, and you want people there for you if something were to happen. So if you want somebody to help you out in your time of need, it's a good idea to also help others out in the time of need.
Gina, why should somebody join the Freeport Leos Club? Excuse me. Gina, did you hear me? Did you guys hear the question?
I think she's having tech issues again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, anyways, oh yeah, the Leos Club is showing some comments over here. The event is open to the public at 2. The ceremony will begin at 2:30. There'll be a swearing in ceremony. And there's a special presentation for the Leos from another organization in the community. Yeah, so there'll be kind of like a little ceremony there for you guys. So that ought to be fun. It should be good. But like I said, I'll be there anyway, either as a guest or as a worker. Because I work at the Eagles Club, so that's where it'll be. Let's see here. Say you guys won first place for having the best float in the Tootie Fest Patriot Parade this year. Well, congratulations to that. Why didn't you guys mention that, huh? That's an accolade. That's an accomplishment, I believe. Yeah, so add that to your list of achievements and accomplishments. So, well, I have really. She dropped some information here for contacts. Freeport Leos. Yep, I will definitely be in contact with you guys. I really want you guys to, whenever you have some sort of event or need some thoughts about fundraising or need to volunteer for fundraising, or I'm gonna get some applications from Shiloh, so that way I can hand them out to some kids at school when I'm at work. So get some more members for you guys, because this is something that I'm really excited for you guys for you. So if that makes sense. It said, careful, Cassie might talk you into doing some TikToks with the club. No TikToks. But anyways, I would like to again thank Cassie, Connor, and Gina for taking time out of their busy schedule to sit and yap it up with me tonight. As I said, I'm definitely interested. I love what you guys are doing as an organization, and I really want to be involved more with what you guys plan on doing. So whenever you need some help, thoughts, whatever, just have Shiloh get in touch with me, and we can definitely make some things happen for you guys. Okay, sound good?
Sounds good.
Right. Thanks again to my guests for yapping it up with me, and thanks to all of our viewers, all of our watchers, all of our subscribers for checking in with us too, to yap it up with the youth. Again, next week, same time, same place, I'll have another multi-guest interview with some really, really fast people. I'll just give you a clue. They're really fast. This is a group of ladies. They're really fast. You know, they may or may not have broken a few track records, but that's just a little hint. So I'll see you guys next Monday, 6 to 7 p.m. We'll be yapping it up again. Y'all have a good evening.
We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got a tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. Come to the light.